Breath of the Wild leak and Mario Collection DLC, and also we talk about first-party fighters in Smash Brothers. Let's do this!
Block content.
What's happening, my blocked buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content's Leak Speak. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your content for today. And we get to talk about two very specific things, Nintendo's two biggest hitting franchises, and of course, one of which is actually turning 35. Yes, it's really awesome that the Mario 35th Anniversary Direct has just come and gone. A lot of people are still talking about that Mario Collection Pack, and, well, we have a leak to break down that actually also talks about the Mario 35th Anniversary Mario All-Stars 3D Collection. Yes, it already is happening. There's already leaks for content that supposedly is coming after launch to that game. And also, we've got some stuff to break down about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. We might even know a title now. And of course, a lot of titles have leaked in the past. People have, come with these suggestions about Ganondorf and about what would happen in the story, if it would all be underground, if it would have some sort of new theme. But it feels like if we have to focus on this specific leak over here, that we might be in for something even more different than what we thought by just seeing that dungeon trailer, right? The game is going to open up in a whole different way that we didn't even expect. And, does that mean more shrines? Does that mean more old, the old style of the dungeons for Zelda? Well, I really hope that that is the case. And of course, that there's other playable characters now aside from Link. I think that that is well deserved for that franchise at this point, especially if we finally will be able to play as Zelda. So I can't wait to break down that leak and everything regarding the Mario 35th Anniversary. But also, I really wanted to take the time because a lot of you guys have been sending in your trailer ideas for Smash Brothers Ultimate and who you think is going to be in that Fighters Pass number 2. So I think that it's highly likely that we're going to get a whole lot of first-party characters. I actually think that, third-party characters are maybe not as likely anymore for this pass. Maybe that was a theme for that previous pass, excluding that final character, Byleth. Yeah, I totally actually think that we might be getting more first-party characters. So that's really what I wanted to focus on for today's video. So a little bit of Zelda, a little bit of Mario, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Newcomers. So yeah, I'm very hyped to talk about all of that. And of course, I've been answering many of you guys' questions about Smash Ultimate and new fighters in our show Question Blocked, where I answer your questions. What do I think of your favorite game? How do you start making YouTube content? Well, whatever you can think of, send your question through to blockedcontentmail@gmail.com, and I will answer your question live on the show in our next Question Blocked episode. And yes, we are doing a brand new Blocked Content show, and a lot of you guys have been asking for totally new content, and it's coming. We're going to play games. It's going to be a lot of fun, so please leave a comment down below. What game do you want us to play on that show? So thank you guys so much for joining, and let's get into that first piece of information of today, and that's actually talking about, yes, Mario's 35th anniversary is potentially already getting some DLC. So it goes as follows: 3D All-Stars DLC. Super Mario 3D All-Stars will have DLC near the holidays. The contents are Super Mario Galaxy 2 and one new level for Super Mario 64. Luigi in Super Mario 64 and Sunshine will not happen, even after fan wishes. This includes the music for Galaxy 2, which will be included. So this is a very mild leak. A lot of people have been sending this to me through Discord, so if you haven't joined the Blocked Content Discord yet, you can still do that. That is actually in the description of this video, so become a part of our inner family. That's really cool. Yeah, a lot of people have sent this my way, and it is interesting, however. I think that there's a lot of things that this 3D All-Stars compilation could have done better. If you just look at the box, it feels like the presentation leaves a lot to be desired, right? Especially in the design aspects of it. Nintendo has already done an unboxing of sorts that doesn't really look all that professional. Even the little cartridge, the logo isn't centered, and I just think that the general gradient style is very amateur. So yeah, that kind of presentation of it I don't really like, and of course also not having Galaxy 2, a little bit weird. Not having Mario 64 be at least widescreen, a little bit weird, but I am excited about this. I really want to play this. I want to find out what it is. I want to find out what the extra content potentially would be, and if there is any. So the idea of it getting more content down the road, I think is interesting. Is it going to happen? I don't know. I really wish it would, because this game is being sold for $60. So the full price tag. So just for reference, the Spyro Reignited trilogy, the Crash and Sane trilogy, stuff like that, they're all going for $40. And those are games that are completely remade from the ground up, right? I mean, 3 games, in some cases even like more stuff. And these games are the original games with not even that much crazy stuff added to it, right? And in Sunshine's case, it's even going to have, kind of different way of playing because you don't have those analog triggers anymore, right? It's going to play in a different way than you were used to, and that might not be a good thing in that case. So to me, it is very interesting to kind of find out what we'll be looking at in terms of DLC and if that's going to be free, because if it is going to be free, then I'm all for it, right? Especially if it's Mario Galaxy 2 and one new level for 64 actually sounds really cool. If Galaxy will get nothing added to it, well, that's a little bit strange. And if Super Mario Sunshine will just be alone there and not even have any mention for, some sort of new update, then that'll also kind of be a little bit strange. But I would be very hyped to find out if there's more content coming, because I think that it deserves it, especially for that price tag. Now, another thing that I also want to mention is The Legend of Zelda leak. So let's talk about it. The Legend of Zelda Song of Destiny. And I actually like that title a little bit. I don't think it's as good as Breath of the Wild. It says it's a Focus Direct coming on October 1st. The release date will be November 13th, 2020. No, Zelda isn't playable. The hookshot is in. 7 old-style dungeons plus 150 shrines. You can fix weapons now. There's no Dark World, there's no Underground, and there are no underwater exploration segments. And flying islands are in, though. So, a lot to break down here. I think that it's very fun to think about the fact that Zelda might be getting its own direct, because maybe the game is that far along in development that, AJ Onuma could maybe even play through it himself and kind of show some new stuff, because of course it will run supposedly on the same engine as the first game and, maybe even use that same overworld. So I could definitely see a playable version of that game already being something that they want to share with the public, right? The idea here that it's getting released on November 13th, that is way too quick. I think that it'll be the beginning of next year at the earliest. I think that this is really something special, and they don't want to rush that at all. They really want to make sure that this game is perfect, and I don't think that November is the date for this game. So no playable Zelda, a little bit disappointing if this is true, and hookshot being in, that could be really awesome in this kind of sandbox, style. I would love to see what they can do with a hookshot, especially like new upgrades for it and how you can use it in combat now. Now, old dungeons coming back, 7 old dungeons, does feel a little bit underwhelming, but if they are big and if you can explore them in a lot of different ways, because they of course use Link's new tool set, that'd be cool. 150 shrines, very awesome, and the ability to fix weapons I think would be great, right? I've played the game so many times now, and every time when something that I've valued so much breaks, then I'm like, I don't like this thing. They should have taken it out, right? I worked so hard, maybe, get the inventory and change that up a little bit so, it changes what kind of weapons you can use, or maybe you can, burn out on weapons, but like them breaking, especially after you find like the thing, I think it's a little bit, they need to fix that. No Dark World, no Underground, and no underwater exploration, but flying islands. So a little bit of a tip of the hat to The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, which I actually think would be really awesome. Now, talking about this all really makes me think about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and the need for first-party characters in DLC passes. Now, of course, we've gotten Byleth, we've gotten Min Min. Those are not the most popular characters at this moment. The fandom is a little bit over them already, and of course, also not many people are playing them online. But I think there are first-party choices that are not either from new franchises, like the new iteration in Fire Emblem introducing that character of Byleth, and of course a brand new game like ARMS that is one of Nintendo's newest franchise, if not the newest franchise, maybe aside from Ring Fit, to get a character. Maybe they need to dive a little bit deeper into their back catalog. Maybe they have to look at other franchises already represented, maybe like the Donkey Kong franchise. The Super Mario franchise has a lot of possibility, and I think personally definitely Zelda. That is where you're going to find really interesting characters with really interesting move sets and just something for everybody, right? Skull Kid would be really cool with Majora's Mask. There's a lot of crazy stuff that you can do, and maybe that'll deconfirm that assist trophies can't be fighters, right? That'd be really awesome. Girahim, I think, would also bent that same rule, would be a cool character. Zant is a lot of favorite people. Yeah, I think that something along the lines of a Zelda character in Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighter Pass number 2 would already be beneficial to another character that's maybe a little bit newer, but isn't that well known, right? So a character like Ring Fit Trainer or something like that. Yeah, would be very curious to find out if you guys have any specific thoughts on a first party character. So yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys think of this. If you comment down below, that could actually be featured and read out loud in our next video. And today's comment question is, well, let me know what your thoughts are on the first party newcomer. And as for our previous comment question winner, our answer comes to us from our user, the Violet Skull, talking about the Mario 35th anniversary trailer for 3D World. For 37, Nintendo changed Mario from looking at Peach to looking around the pipe. I get that people saw Mario look at Peach as dirty, but they could have just explained that it wasn't the case. They reanimated it. It's funny to me, but I understand why they did it. But again, it isn't necessary. So the Violet Skull, there's two things here that they kind of changed from original games. Mario no longer says his classic line from Super Mario 64, "So long, King Bowser," or something like that. I've actually personally talked to Charles Martinet about this, and it is "So long, King Bowser," or something along those lines. Of course, people have really put that voice clip under the microscope and think they hear something different or want to hear something different. I think that it's really fun that Nintendo does pick up on these things and actually changes them just so they can either ignite the conversation or just change it for the game to, be better for the future, I suppose, right? So people won't make fun or memes of certain things, right? So Mario now says, "Bye-bye," which I think is really cool. Now, also the fact that Mario originally in Super Mario 3D World's opening, when all the characters went through the pipe, Peach was up front, and of course, when Mario is behind Peach, he would be looking up her dress, like technically, but that's not what they were intending at all. But of course, that's how a lot of people, even from the first trailer of that game, saw that. So I thought it was pretty funny of them to now change it where Mario actually looks around. So yeah, they kind of patch these things that might be a little bit sensitive or a little bit, not Nintendo audience oriented. So I actually respect it a little bit. I respect the hustle from Nintendo. I think it's funny. So thank you so much for sending in all your comments. These are always so much fun to read through. And of course, a huge shout out to our latest Patreon supporters. And in very particular, I want to give a shout out to a patron that has actually joined now to a brand new tier. And that tier is actually $100 through Patreon, which is incredible. Thank you so much for being a great user, Teddy Macedo or Macedo. You are awesome. And joining Block Content on Patreon will give everyone really cool new rewards, really interesting ways to have a dialogue with me, and you support the channel in crazy ways. So thank you so much. Go to patreon.com/blockedcontent to also become a part of this. And remember, if you're not yet a member of the Blocked Content family yet, hit subscribe now, smash that like button, and ring the bell for notifications, and all the news and fun you care about will be delivered on the daily to you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you around the corner where there's always more Blocked Content. See ya!